everyone. It's Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com and welcome to today's live video. If you are catching this beginning part of the video, you are probably watching on the replay. So leave a comment, say hello, special shout out to you. All right, welcome everyone. It is Tuesday, February 11th, 2025. It's 5 p.m. Central Time, which is my local time. And we are here for Live at 5, Tuesday Night Live. My eyes are bugging me for a second. If it looks like I'm blinking a lot, I don't know what's going on. Hi, Eva. Hi, Christine. Hold on. I'm sorry if this weirds you out, but I gotta chill out, eyes. Anyway, hi, Alicia. I shared on Instagram last night. I do not cry at movies and shows and things like that. And last night I finished watching Young. The only movie I've ever cried at is My Girl. And yeah, I don't know. It got me. It got me good. And now my eyes are like, oh, there's too many lights. It's so bright. Hi, Anne. Hi, Marva. Hi, Joan. Anyway, we are going to have some fun today. I've got some cards to share. We're going to make together tonight using the Everyday Arches bundle from Stampin' Up! From the online exclusives. So hi, Leanne. Hi, Mom. Oh, I love it. Leanne said, live for once. Go me. Alicia, Young Sheldon made you cry too. I just bawled. And then my mom walked by and she goes, why are you crying? And I told her why, which again, I'm trying not to give spoilers. So I told her why and she goes, what? Like, she was like, what? That happened? And I was like, we are let's try that. Can you hear me on that phone? Let's see. So this other one that does my video, my desktop, is saying that it is not connected to the internet. So why not? I don't know. But I have two phones. So I turned the microphone on this one, so you should be able to hear me. Okay, that's so weird. Technology. Last week it didn't want to stream to Facebook. This week it's like, nah, I don't want to be part of your live. Okay, pre-warning. When I go into the thing in this phone, it's gonna like make the screen all funky. So just get ready for it, okay? And I have to mute this one and turn on this one. So hold on. Oops. Now I'm upside down. Hold on. Look at, hi. How do I fix this? Here. Okay, tell me if you can still hear me. There's my back camera. All right, let's get you connected back in here. And we're gonna try again. There we go. Does that work? Can you hear me? See, it got all weird. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go like that and make me big again. Are you good? Can you? All good. Okay, thanks, Alicia. Kim, you gave me a thumbs up and it's not registering. Uh-oh. Well, we have lots of tech things happening. So I don't know. Yeah, you would think the phone that films my face is really old. And up there is my current, and I don't know. This one has problems in that one. So anyway, all right, well, we're back in business. We can get started now. I don't know at what point you lost me, so we're just gonna move forward, I guess. All right, so tonight we're playing with Everyday Arches bundle. Let me go ahead and I'm going to, I forgot to put myself, you know what? I wonder if that was the problem. I usually put myself on Do Not Disturb for these, and I totally forgot. And so maybe that was the issue. Look, now I got to flip these. There we go. There. Is this one going to have issues tonight? My voice and mouth are off. I think, Is it? Okay, hold on. We're going to try on my actual phone. Let's see. I don't even know how to get to my own video. There we go. Oh, I'm going to have an ad. Hold, please. Hi, everyone. Okay. Okay. Is it better now? Kristen went out and back in, and now it's fine. So it was showing really glitchy on my screen, but now it's not. Weird. Technology. You gotta love it. Okay, so what I could do is I can take the phone that's filming my face and I could connect it up to do the desktop, but then you can't see me during the video. It's better? It's okay? Looks good now? Okay, we're gonna hope. Okay, all right. You know what? We also have 2 other people in this house who are probably forgot to get off the Wi-Fi. I'm glad it seems better. So we're gonna proceed like normal, and if things go weird again, let me know. And what I can do is, like I said, swap out my face camera. I'll put it up. So the reason I have to do this phone is older, so I can turn the volume all the way off. So if I did the microphone through the camera and I turned it off on this one, it would be like echoey. But it seems too glitchy to me. I don't know. Oh. Okay, it seems too glitchy to me. So we're going to skip that phone. You're going to come up here and you're not going to be able to see my face. And I apologize for that, but we're going to just have to roll with it because I want you to see what I'm doing. So, okay, hold up here. Let me get that. Okay, can you hear me? I have this one turned on, but hopefully. Oh, and that's so funky. This one is flipped. Hold on. I can't do that. We can't have it flipped. I do that for my face so that I can see it normal. You guys, thanks for sticking with me. You're the best. Okay, let's try that. Let me get luckily I have my computer here, so I can still see comments, but I might not see them as well. I might not be able to respond to them as well. So I apologize you can't see my face. It's just not. Oh, thanks, Leah. She said nice ink pads collection. Anyway, you can't see my face, which stinks because I like you being able to have that option. But we're going to roll with it. So this is weird for me because I'm like looking where I usually look. I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to figure out what's going on with that other device. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. How about for real? We were going to start like 9 minutes ago, people. All right, we are playing with the Everyday Arches bundle today. And we're going to, I did do all of the die cutting ahead of time. So the fun thing about this set is it's a lot of sentiments. Yes, there are some images here, which you can see, but mostly it's sentiments, and they work with these arches. So you can see I pulled out a couple of the sentiments. I did not do any of the images today. We are not coloring or fussy cutting anything today. Can you believe it? But because I did pre-die cut the arches, I did write down on Post-its in my card kit, so I'll tell you which arch I used, but just so you know, there's 10 of them, and I started number 1 as the smallest, okay? So 1, 2, 3, etc., all the way down to 10 being the largest one there, okay? All right, then I am also using just this die here from Thoughtful Wishes for one of my cards, so I wanted to show you that. You can see it's a pretty nice die set here, a nice bundle. This one's from the annual catalog, so this one's really pretty too. And I do like this one a lot, and I love that floral die. So even if you didn't like that bundle, I like it just for that floral die. I do like the bundle, but you get what I mean. All right, so we are going to make these 4 cards together tonight. I think they are so super duper fun. And like I said, they're a little bit more simple, which I do like also. I think tonight, number 3 is my favorite heart for number 3. So we are going to, oh, good. I saw Deborah just said she's just now doing the Hearts of Elegance mystery box. I had so much fun designing that slider box, Deborah. I love that you're loving it too. So, and by the way, Heidi and I just met last week on our next mystery craft box. So stay tuned. Registration will be in a few weeks. All right. So we're going to make these 4 cards together. If you would like the card kits for these, I am happy to supply that to you as a thank you gift from me. So if you place an order of $45 or more in my online store through this Friday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, midnight Central Time, I will send you these 4 card kits for free as a thank you gift from me. I will get them in the mail to you next Tuesday, February 18th, but make sure you head over to my Stampin' Up! Store. You can order whatever you want, and make sure you use this host code you can see on the screen right there. You do not need to memorize the host code, just click the link in the description of this video and you will head right over to my online store with that host code already there, okay? Now, don't forget, if you go over $60, you get to pick a free celebration item. And like, come on, who doesn't want that, right? All right, so let's take a look here. We have got an Azure Afternoon card base. We have got a basic white layer. We've got a piece of the Everyday Skies Designer Series paper, which we're going to cut apart in a minute. And then I have number 2. This is arch number 2 out of Balmy Blue. Okay, so you're going to receive a piece of Balmy Blue to die cut that arch for yourself. Okay. All right, so we are going to start with stamping because it's the best place to start. And I've got the sentiment that says embrace the journey, which is really fun. I think you could use this for a lot of different reasons. You could use it for, honestly, my mind, because of the clouds, my mind goes to somebody who's nervous about a flight, which I don't know, or who's like taken off, moving somewhere, or is going through a tough time and needs some encouragement. There's a lot of different reasons, but I just think of somebody maybe not even nervous for a flight, but somebody who's taken off for a flight. I think that would be kind of fun. So, all right, so I stamped that in Night of Navy. I'm going to take this piece here. This is 3 inches wide, and we're going to cut this into 1-inch strips just for some extra interest there. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. Okay, move that out of the way. And then we're going to flip these guys over. I like that bird pattern on the back too. It's like an azure base with bubble bath birds. Ooh, that could be a tongue twister. Bubble bath birds. All right, so let's go ahead and we are going to adhere these strips down to our basic white piece. Now I am starting with the one that's all the way on the left. Then I'm actually going to turn it all the way around. Oh, Deborah, you're loving the calendar too. I love that. Okay, let's just triple check here. Yep, that's right. And I'm going to put number 3 down. Now this is just easier for me to do it. I'm a right-handed person, so I use my left hand to hold it and my right hand to kind of put it in place. And I find it easier to do the 2 ends and do your very best at getting that equal margin on the sides and top and bottom, because then you can just split the difference with your centerpiece here, right? So you don't accidentally go too far over to one side, and you can just split that difference, and there you go. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Just a fun way to kind of cut up your DSP to give it a little bit more interest there. Then I added some seal to the back, and we're going to stick this down on our card front. Okay, fold and burnish here. Okay, use my bone folder, and then we're going to take our Embrace the Journey, grab some dimensionals, stick those on the back. And now for this one, this is from the same, hi Lene, this is from the same pattern of paper. So you can see one of the sides has that cloud that goes really quite tall, and the other side it's a little bit lower. So because this one's tall, I stuck that, what's the word, sentiment down towards the bottom. But if I stick this here, I really cover the cloud. So I'm going to move this up. So you can just, I just wanted to show you that depending on where your clouds lay, you can really just change it and move it up a little bit. All right, then we're going to tie a bow. This is the white diagonal trim. It actually comes in a pack with, I believe, Petal Pink. Yep, Petal Pink. So it's a trim combo pack, but it's a really fun and pretty ribbon. So we're going to use the white one here. And I'm just, you know, making sure that looks good. And then we can go ahead and snip the end right there. And we will add that down with a glue dot. Look at that. I remembered my glue dots today. I didn't have to go searching for them. All right. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to still stick that here. So it's kind of in that same spot as that sentiment there. Okay. All right. So to finish this one, we're going to use the opal rounds. I've been using these a lot lately, especially these blue. I just really like them a lot. So we're going to use that navy blue. I just think it's such a rich embellishment. Like navy on its own is a pretty rich color, but wow, that pops, don't you think? Alicia, this DSP is Everyday Skies. So this one right here. So it actually goes with the Arch suite. So that is, yeah, Everyday Skies DSP for that one. And it's actually the first pattern I've used out of the pack. Can you believe it? I don't know. All right, so that is our first card. And yes, as I mentioned, so Everyday Arches is a bundle, but it is also part of a suite. So you can check that out as well. But it does include this beautiful paper. So, all right, that's card number one. Let's go on to card number two, which of course is fun and bright and sunshiny, cheery, beautiful. I love it. Oh, Deborah, blue is your favorite color. Alicia, you don't have it. We had a team meeting last night, and we were talking about how I was telling them how, so I don't forget anything. Whenever I think of something I want, I just go add it in my Stampin' Up! Cart, and then when I'm ready to place an order, I check out with all the things that I thought of. Yes, Leanne, there are multiples. I think there's 4 of each. I know yellow. All right, so this one's got a lemon lolly card base. We've got a lemon lolly layered that was embossed with the Soft Waves 3D embossing folder. We've got a Daffodil Delight arch, so you'll die cut this out. This is number 6. Then we've got a basic white arch that you'll die cut out, and this one's number 5. And then we've got, I had to add a little sunshine. So we've got a little circle die cut from the Stylish Shapes dies in Daffodil Delight. So we are going to start with stamping because it's the best place to start. And you guys, we are heat embossing. So I am going to turn on my heat tool. And this is another tester. You're going to have to tell me if you can hear me. I'm going to scooch this stuff out of the way real quick. All right. Heat tool is on and warming up, and hopefully you can still hear me. But we're going to pop open our black embossing powder here. And I've got my embossing buddy. So our embossing buddy is just going to help remove any static, okay, from our piece so that we don't have things sticking. And you know what? It is so dry in my house. My pants are sticking to my legs. Maybe that's TMI, but welcome. And so I need a lot of embossing buddy help because it's nuts around here. So, all right, we've got that Versamark ink pad. I am inking up You Are a Ray of Sunshine. I'm glad you can hear me. Thanks, Anne. And we're going to stamp this towards the top of our arch. I feel like I'm shouting because the heat tool is loud, but hopefully you can hear me well and not like I'm shouting. And then I have this spoon, and I use the same spoon for all of my embossing powder. And I got to get more embossing powder in here because this is one tub is what I have in here now, and I've got a few more ordered and on the way. Okay, now I want to show you this. See how I've got those black specks where I don't want them? You want to make sure to remove them carefully, but remove them before you heat emboss, because if you don't, they will stick down. So I am just lightly trying to, you know, remove those a little bit. You can even, like, I turned it to the side and I blew on it, which of course, if you could see my face, you would have seen that. Let's close this guy up so we don't make a mess. And then I'm going to bring in my heat tool. And we are going to heat emboss this. Look at that. Can you see that changing? I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up very well, but oh, it's so cool. If you've never heat embossed before, you need to. It's such an easy technique. It is so beautiful. And it really, I like it because it gives, when you use like a black embossing powder, it gives you a really like sharp looking black. Oh, that's hot. Let me hold over there. Silly me. I should have known better. All right. Isn't that cute? All right. Heat tool is off. Not for long though, but it's off for now. Isn't that cute? I just love that. So I do want to let that just sit for a minute because it is hot. So I don't want to smudge it. Like seriously, it's burn your fingers hot. I touched that middle part to hold it and I was like, ow. So it's like hot glue gun hot, just so you know. The actual heat tool itself has like a protective cover so that you don't burn yourself on the metal. But just so you know. Okay. So I added some seal to the back of our embossed piece and we're going to layer that onto our card front. Okay. And I've got my score line here that I'm just butting that edge up against. Oops. Hold on. Too late. I was a little off, but it's okay. I know Mario said he loves the way that heat embossing looks. I do too. And I actually was shocked. Like I don't know. We got new embossing powder, and the embossing powder that I've been using is older. I've had it for years, and yes, embossing powder, I mean, I don't really know like how long until it goes bad, but mine I got a friend of mine, her mom passed away and she was into crafting. So I got her embossing powder. And so I don't know, it could have been like 30 years old or longer. I'm not really sure. And I've been using it and it's fine, but Stampin' Up! Just came out with new embossing powder. And I am just amazed it like totally fills in. And I don't know if that means that my other stuff was just old or what, but I'm in love with it now. So anyway, a little bit of a story for you. All right, so I added that Daffodil Delight arch with dimensionals. Now I'm adding the basic white one with dimensionals as well. And because of course, you know, I love dimension. And we just need a lot of dimensionals. So there's that. And then I'm going to take that beautiful sunshine and add a dimensional on the back of that. And I just stuck it like up here, right in that little rounded area. Because I think it looks like a sun. I just think it's cute. Oh, Lori said your old white powder was yellowish. Okay, mine wasn't yellow, so it must not have been too bad. But it gets clumpy. Yeah, this stuff was starting to get a little bit clumpy too. I still have like the white I've been using and all that, which is the older stuff that I got from a friend. But I did buy the new embossing powder. So I'm going to transfer all mine over probably to the new because I just really like the results of it. It just gives me a much fuller, I guess, image. I don't know. It just seems to work a lot better. So I'm glad you love it. Okay, so I cut this Daffodil Delight satin ribbon, which by the way is back in stock now. So super exciting. But I cut that at about 12 inches and then I cut it in half and I'm going to tie, if I can, I'm going to tie a double bow. So I've got both of the strands in my hand. And you could definitely cut more, like maybe 16 inches. I mean, look at how tiny that ended up being, but it's okay. I like a little bow too. So, but it ended up being just a little guy because I, you know, I just left a longer tail on that side. So, you know, do it wherever you want to. But this is at 12 inches and then there's 6-inch pieces, which is maybe a little bit too small, but all right. So let's add that on a glue dot and then we're going to stick this over on the side here. I still think it's cute. And then I have got these guys. These are the iridescent foil gems. And you can see I've loved these. I've got just a couple left. So we're going to use one big one. And I like these because there's some sparkle in them and each embellishment is different. Some of them have more sparkle, some of them have less. So that is card number 2. How fun is that one? I do have a little bit of that black embossing powder where I didn't want it, but it's okay. Yes. Yeah, okay, Mario agrees with me. He had secondhand embossing powder and the new one is a crisper image. Yeah, I just thought when I did this black on here, I was like, wow, it really fills in that image really well. So I know it is a cheerful color, especially during the winter. I agree, Deborah. All righty. Oh, you need new clear. Yeah, I think just embossing powder is as much as you use it, you know. So we are going to use my old white today, and you can kind of see in here. Do you see how it's like speckled in there? It just doesn't have as great of coverage. So I don't know. So I bought new Tupperware. So I got these from Target because they cover a little bit more space. This is what I have been using. So this way, this one is bigger, right? It's still pretty skinny. So it comes in a 3-pack, and we sell our embossing powders we have 2 sets and they're both 3-packs. So I thought that was great because you can get 6 of them. But this is what I use now. And these are great too because they don't take up much space, but you can see the size of the card. If you have a larger front that you're doing, these ones are quite small. So I am going to upgrade my Tupperware too. So my containers, I should say. All right, so let's go to card number 3. This one is my favorite. Don't tell the other cards. All right, so for this one, we have got a crumb cake card base. We've got a basic white layer. This will be embossed for you with the Timber 3D embossing folder. There you go. You can kind of see that in the light there. We have got a piece here of this is from the fruit salad DSP. And I just cut that arch out of the middle. Okay, so this is arch number 5. And we saved that piece and we're going to use it on our last card. Okay. And then I have got this little basic black label. This is from the Perennial Postage Dies, and I love it. Okay, so we are going to heat emboss again. And I just love the look of heat embossing too. So we're going to do a better job this time of this embossing buddy, so I don't get things where I don't want them. Okay, so we've got that. Let me start my heat tool again. So the reason I start the heat tool in advance as well is just because I like it to warm up a little bit. If your heat tool is not fully warmed up and you take it to your paper, it can increase how much it warps. And you don't want that. So I just like to let it, as I start like stamping and adding my embossing powder, I will actually start my heat tool so it has time to, get all heated up and warmed up for me. So, all right, so this is white. You can kind of see there's a clump in there, and usually I'll shake those out, but because this is so small, I am going to use a tweezers, but hold on, let me grab it. Come here, buddy. Okay, it did not want to get grabbed. And I am just going to tap that, and I am going to remove the tweezers because sometimes that embossing powder goes underneath and it likes to kind of, the embossing powder likes to go wherever the tweezer was holding it. So I just remove that, make sure there's no embossing powder under it, and then we can go ahead and heat emboss this. All right, grab my heat tool. So now you can see we just did black on white. Now we're going to do white on black. So pretty. Isn't that such a fun effect? I love heat embossing. It's so fun. Okay, so let me get these are so pokey. Got to get my little cap on. Otherwise, who knows what would happen. Happy Valentine's Day, Deborah. Thanks for stopping in. Have fun with your class. All right, so let's go ahead then and we will start assembling. So I've got that embossed basic white piece here. We're going to add some seal. Remember, when it's textured, we want lots of adhesive to make sure everything sticks down. And we are going to attach this to our card front. Okay, fold and burnish here. And then we've got our cute little arch. Now, here's what I am going to do. I'm going to actually pull in my silicone mat. And I'm going to use our foam strips for this. So we've got these foam strips, and I just thought that this would help it to stand a little bit better. Or to not we don't want any saggy bits. So I'm just going to stick that down, and it doesn't really need to cover everywhere. Actually, my team member Janet is the one who showed me that you can just rip these. Did you know that? I had always cut these, and she was like, just rip it. I was like, you can rip those? But yeah, you can. So if you didn't know, now you do. And so these are basically like dimensionals, but they are a strip, and they are thicker than dimensionals. So I equate this to like a double stacked dimensional in terms of thickness. Just so you know, just in case you use it on a project and you're like, uh-oh, too thick, right? Okay, or if you want some extra dimension, these are great. So I've got that stuck down there to our card front. Then I've got my crumb cake twine. This is from the Baker's Twine Essentials pack, and we're going to cut about 10 inches here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is right down here, I've got a little knot actually in my embossing folder. Right about there, I'm going to just stick a little bit of dimension? How about adhesive? And we are going to do a faux bow. So I'm going to take the ends in my left hand, take that loop in my right hand here, and we are going to stick that down onto the seal and just loop this around to make a little bow. Now, if you want to make a real bow, you can go for it, but I've already made 2 today. So I'm going faux bow. All right, I've got my piece here now. So let's go ahead. We are going to add dimensionals. Now, as I mentioned, the foam strips are quite thick. So I am actually going to double stack my dimensionals, and this is going to give us the same height as our fruit salad DSP. Also, can you believe this? Like, you would never know that this came from a fruit themed paper, would you? It's kind of super like cool how the other side has some fun patterns that aren't fruit related. So, all right, so you can see here, this is kind of where it's going to lay, where those dimensionals are going to be on either side of our frame. So it's going to end up being flat in terms of height with that frame. Let's go right there. But still have that dimension. And I just think that's cool. I love it. All right, so we are going to add some regal foiled dots here. I'm going to use the pink ones. These have a little bit of gold glitter in them. They are so pretty. So pretty. So that is card number 3. Look how fun that one is too. I know, Lene, I love the arch dies too. You can do so many things with them. I'm barely even scratching the surface here. You can do so many things. We made a dinosaur box. We made arch-shaped cards. Lots of options for these. So, all right, let's go to our 4th and final card here, which is this beautiful thank you card. And I think that's really stunning. You could swap it out for a birthday sentiment as well. And let's take a look here, whoops, at this card kit. So we have got a crumb cake card base. We have got a piece of Night of Navy that you're going to die cut an arch out of. This is arch number 8, so it's 3rd largest, if that helps. Arch number 8. And then this is our leftover piece from our last card. So this is arch number 5 out of that fruit salad. See, there's the apples. Then we've got this die cut will be provided for you. This is the one I showed you at the beginning from Thoughtful Wishes. And last but not least, we are going to have the perennial postage basic white label. Now, this is the same label as the last card, because initially I was going to do a white label here, and then I thought, oh, I don't like that. So I did the black, and then I thought, I can't waste it, so we're going to use it. So that's what we're doing. All right, let's start with stamping. We are going to grab that label, grab our Night of Navy ink pad, and grab our sentiment that says thanks. Ink this up. Like I said, it's dry in here, so I got to do lots of inking just to make sure we get that all covered. And then we're going to stamp this on this cute little label. Okay, beautiful. Close up our Night of Navy. And we can start assembling. So this one's super easy too, especially once you have all these pieces ready to go. You just add a little bit of glue and you're done. So we are going to add some seal to the back of our arches. I'm going to start with this Night of Navy arch, and this is going to go on the left-hand side of my card front. I'm going to bring that down a little bit more, maybe right about there. So that's about halfway, portrait-wise, okay? I'm going to actually fold and burnish this real quick. All right, and then we're going to take that fruit salad DSP, and this is going to sit a little offset towards the right-hand side, like so, okay? Now, I said no fussy cutting and no coloring, but we are going to use liquid glue. You guys know I love coloring. I don't love fussy cutting, and I don't love liquid glue, but you know what? I feel like that's the trifecta. You have to have like one of them each week, right? Right. Okay, so we're just adding a little bit of liquid glue here. Now, if you have adhesive sheets, if you have this die, the adhesive sheets would work great with this as well. Okay, and then I'm just going to attach this like right about, whoops, it's going to move on me. It's okay. We got some glue here. We'll just get sticky fingers. There we go. And what I'm going to do, this is, you know, one of those stamps we already used, and I just have got that clear block side here. And I'm just using that to help push this down into place so I don't get more glue all over my fingers. So we've got that added. we are going to take then, this is the Night of Navy linen thread. This is from the Natural Tones pack. It's also got garden green and copper clay. Super duper pretty. And I'm going to cut about 10 inches again of this one. And we are going to do another faux bow. So I just like to run this between my pointer finger and my thumb just to help straighten that out a little bit, because it likes to be real curly. And I added a little bit of seal right there. So we're going to make a faux bow here. Stick that down. Stick that down, just like so. So cute. And then you can obviously trim up those ends if you want to. And then we're going to add some dimensionals to the back of our sentiment. Look at how perfect that is. Last two full-size dimensionals. All right, while I do this, I did want to let you know, if you're not on my email newsletter, you're going to want to join, because tomorrow I have a cute little dinosaur class that's opening for registration, and you're not going to want to miss it. I actually was so excited about it that I already bought all the pillow gifts. And they already all came because I'm just super excited about this class. So you're going to want to register early, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you'll join us for that. Okay. All right, so there I added some iridescent pearls, and that's our fourth card. Isn't that so fun too? I love how that one turned out. I think it's so pretty. So let's go ahead. I'm going to bring in all 4 of the cards we made tonight. Thanks for sticking with me through 9 minutes of technical difficulties. I appreciate you guys. You are the best. So, and thanks for letting me know that there was a technical difficulty, because when you are live, I don't listen to myself live. And so I didn't know. So anyway, so these are the 4 cards. Lori, no, the dino class is all me. So I designed the projects over the weekend. They are super fun, super duper cute. So there's going to be 4 cards and 2 3D items for that. So all right, so as a reminder, if you would like these card kits as a thank you gift from me, go ahead and place an order in my online store through this Friday, Valentine's Day, February 14th, end of day, midnight Central Time. And I will send you these as a free gift from me, okay? So I will send you everything that you saw in the card kits tonight, except you will need to do all of the arch die cutting yourself. So if you don't have that Everyday Arches bundle, get it, because you're going to want it anyway. All right. Oh, Karen, I'm so sorry, but it's just for those in the US. You can get the PDF though. So the PDF is an option for worldwide, but just the kit is for the US. So I apologize for that, but that is Stampin' Up's policy, and I'm a rule follower. So, all right. Thank you everyone so much for joining me tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you next time, hopefully with 2 cameras and, they both work. All right. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.